Welcome, everyone, to the Existential podcast. I'm your host, Jonas. I'm joined by my two co hosts, Hunter and Jeremiah. Today, we're going to be talking about the paradox of tolerance. How are you guys doing today?
Feeling great right now. Feeling great.
Feeling good as last episode.
What about feeling peak?
Are you feeling?
Yeah.
Good con-
This episode's going to be a little strange because I might have to help, explain how a lot of this is, or for it to make sense to you guys, but maybe you guys will understand it. But we're going to start with picturing something. You have a garden, and then one day a weed or a disease shows up in the garden. How do you tolerate, or how tolerant of the disease are you? Some people may fix the problem right away, while others will let the disease spread, eventually leading the disease to fully take over the whole garden. The paradox states that within infinite tolerance, its counterpart, intolerance, will consume and leave no tolerance remaining, meaning tolerance never existed to begin with.
Was that a question? Or?
No. It's just a statement. It's me stating it. So I will ask the question that's in that. If you had a garden and a weed started growing, when would you take care of the weed?
Depends on what I feel like.
Yeah.
When I feel like getting around to it.
I mean, if I have the energy to make a garden, keep up with it, I'd probably just see it and be like, oh, that needs to go, and remove it instantly. Don't you touch my glass, dirty nose bastard.
Yeah. The paradox is the people that wait. The longer they wait, and the weed will eventually take over and kill everything in the garden. It will 100% consume the garden, and then the garden will not cease to exist.
Right.
I have to give a brief description of intolerance in order for most of this stuff to make sense. Intolerance is the active desire to harm or eradicate a system or being based on their beliefs or identity of that system or being.
Say it again. I need it again.
Intolerance is the active desire to harm or eradicate a system or being based on their beliefs or identity.
Okay, so you don't like someone, therefore you're gonna exterminate them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go full hill.
Okay. All right.
Do you think this is what the government does in order to control society? Hello? What do you do?
Like, do I think like the government would do something like this to control people?
So you know the scene in A Bug's Life
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the grasshoppers?
Grasshopper,
Yeah.
he's like, there is 100 of us and there's 1,000,000 of them.
Yeah.
If one gets out of line,
Then they
it's a
all will.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah,
then they all
it'll
will.
take over the grasshoppers. Yeah, it's that.
Crazy thing is that I heard Alex Jones quote that.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the government is the grasshoppers, and we, the people, are the fucking ants.
Yeah, he's got his butthole in your face, dog.
Okay. Okay, dude.
Yeah, I think they do it maybe not directly like that, but in ways. I think there's things that can be done to keep the ones below in control or in place.
Yeah.
I think CIA that crack.
Yeah.
I also think they did that.
JFK.
Yeah.
Did they do it with sickle cells with black people?
Yes,
yeah, I said it.
they did.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'll be the one that say it. Yep.
Fucking got him. Yeah, I definitely think the government fucking does that in order to control the population, like with aliens and shit. Stuff like that. How can we control intolerant people in a society? Like the easiest way to explain this is, say we're okay with people crossing the border, but when do we draw the line? Like, how do we control what people can cross the border?
Come up with standards, rules,
Laws,
regulations.
If you've committed a violent crime, then you're less likely to get accepted.
Yeah. This is just one example. one of the things was saying to to pretty much control her speech, like, don't give them rights.
Oh, the UK.
It's the UK.
There Do you think intolerant people should be able to have a platform where they can speak their ideology? Platform being fucking anything. Social media, the
Twitter or
I mean, that's
fucking
already
the news,
happening
true, true. Do you think that people should be allowed to have that though?
in America. Yeah,
I think, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, not in other countries.
I mean, other countries they have their own standards and their own beliefs.
Yeah.
But
And
we're
Yeah, no,
always
this is
values.
about what you think.
Or should it like
That's what I
globally?
think.
Should it,
That's what I think. I think if we're talking about society, I think it's whatever that society values. As I mean, it sounds like a cop out answer, but it's like
More so like what would you prefer for yourself?
like would
what America believes. Yeah, like just I believe. Sure, if they want to have, they want to voice their opinions, let them voice their opinion.
I think it's more dangerous
Cover it up.
to cover and block the fringeness than to let it just be out. I think just because it has the opportunity to spread to more people, that doesn't make it more dangerous. I think when it becomes underground and hidden and nobody can see it is
Yeah,
when it
that's how I
creates the
see it too.
potential to
Yeah.
become.
Yeah, when we're fucking going out in a field with hoods and shit,
Yeah,
talking and ain't nobody can see what we're talking about.
I think, yeah, when you control something to the point where it's not visible, it's still gonna happen. Like when they when the with the prohibition when they banned alcohol, it still happened. People still got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, same with like
So
drugs and shit like
it's
that.
always gonna find a way to happen. Like when you ban guns, bad people are always gonna, no
Yeah,
matter what.
or
kind of like that with racism too, with black people in America, where some black people like it to where they have racism out in front of them. They know how to deal with it. Okay, like some black people, like yeah, I want the racist to put like a Klan flag or like a Confederate flag on their business, so I know to avoid it.
Yeah, and you just know where people stand,
Yeah,
and
and you just know
you
where
don't
people
have to have
stand.
that thought in your head like, guy hate.
Yeah, like, the
yeah,
last thing.
direct versus indirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to go into a bar or something like that, and you just walk into like a Klan bar or something like that. Not saying
Exactly.
that happens a lot of the time, but it does happen, especially when you go to the South. But other black people are just like, no, I don't think that shit should be. I don't think they should have the right to fly that, or that. I don't think they should be flying that in a certain neighborhood or whatever. Like Confederate statues being on the blocks of like black communities. Like some black people say we should get rid of that, tear it down. Others say we should just put it in the museum or whatever because it's history. But just not. It falls similar to that where like do you want it like you said, Jonas? Do you want it directly or indirectly? You want the race directly or direct?
And to add on to that, or I guess not add on, to continue from that, should there be a standard on what could be considered offensive or harmful to society?
It's
Yeah.
very. I mean, it's very hard to classify. Like legally, it's hard to classify
Right,
offensive
right, right.
because anything could be offensive.
Yeah, an opinion based thing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much asking, do you think there should be a standard? Like, should we, as a society, like, come up with a thing that's like, we all agree that this is bad or offensive?
I mean, I think could fine. There is lines that can always be drawn.
Yeah, true, but they can always be crossed.
Yeah, but they're always gonna be crossed,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no matter what. Um, that's kind of the rule, like our nature as we're gonna we don't like bound by
Yeah, yeah. I actually have a problem with that. Real,
Was not being bound by things
um,
with being.
or with being
yeah,
bound?
yeah. Like, so, Jamie, or yeah, had told me what the heck it's called. But if let's say I'm going to do the dishes today,
Okay.
and you come in my room and you tell me to do the dishes, I'm no longer going to do the dishes
Oh,
because fuck you. That's why.
Because Frank's telling you to fuck
it's
these.
the you're like,
It's some authority thing.
yeah,
I kind of relate to that in a way. It's not as like aggressive as that, but for instance, like this would be an example. So like high school, right, when we had class presentations, right, got to present in front of the class. I would feel better, even more confident if I volunteered to go first, or volunteer to go instead of being called on or picked on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I think that might be a similar thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not as like extreme, but I think that may play a similar level.
It's oppositional defiant sort,
Yeah.
where you're defiant just because someone does have.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mm, I don't like authority.
At all,
That's why he
No.
pulls his registration out of
as fast as possible. Like you didn't even have to ask me to pull it out because I already pulled
I
it
was
out
already
by my
ready for
own
you.
will.
Yeah, I was
I
prepared.
stepped
for
out of
you.
the door knowing you were gonna pull me off.
Yeah, I stepped down and stared at him with the registration in my hand. Like,
So you don't like rules at all? Like you don't like following rules, or you just don't like when someone tells you to do something
I don't like following. How do I? I don't like following rules that I deem.
unnecessary, or
Yeah,
like not worth being a
or
rule, like jaywalking.
Or being needlessly reminded.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And I also don't like being told what to do if I have already planned it.
Speed. Fuck, goes fast.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the whole dishwasher thing. But another way to put it is, say I plan to drive the speed limit all day at work, and then someone's like, "Make sure you drive the speed limit." I'm no longer driving. Fuck. I'll drive slower, faster. I don't give a fuck.
I
I'm
kind
not going the speed limit.
You know what? I kind of feel that too. Like when you're going through neighborhoods and that shit be like a slug, like slow down, like don't drive like you're an idiot or something like that. I'm like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like now I'm about to drive fast. I mean, I don't do it, but that does like
He
ring
goes
in my head.
26 in the
No, because it's like,
neighborhood.
bro, like you can say it nice. Like you don't gotta like have that fucked up sign saying like like slow down, you fucking
Their kids
asshole.
playing. Fucking cool.
I'll be fine if like kids playing like slow, like be sure to slow down. But like if like the sign is like aggressive, like bro, I'm driving 5 miles per hour under the speed limit anyway. So
Yeah.
like,
In neighborhoods, I go like 20 max. Your fucking thing reminded me of this fucking woman. It was 4th of July one year. I was coming back home. I was behind 2 cars in front of me. The speed limit in the neighborhood's 20 or 25, and we're going 20, if not less, because it's fucking 4th of July and people are lighting off fireworks. And this lady runs out of her driveway yelling at all of us to slow down, and she almost touches my car. I swear to you, I almost lost. I almost lost. And somebody was yelling at her, "Get away from the fucking street." They were yelling at her. It was like, I was like, lady, literally yelling at me to slow the fuck down?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
true.
under the speed limit, and she had to have been drunk off her ass. That shit drove me in.
yeah, man, tone
DS
changes how
dictates a
someone
lot of
reacts to
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
If I tell you to slow down, it's different than me telling you to slow the fuck down. You know what I'm
The-
saying? Like, I don't know, even saying slow down is kind of like,
Like if you're like,
fuck.
hey, slow down. Hey, slow the fuck down right now.
Yeah,
you're like
that
fuck
shit.
you. Now I'm about to fucking rev my engine and dip
Yeah.
out,
Oh,
peel out.
Part of me wanted her and like some dumbass, I don't know, her husband to fucking follow me, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck. That was
You gonna fuck both of them?
I'm gonna fuck both of them up. I'm gonna fuck him in front of you because you told me to slow down. Oh god, that's hilarious. No, I don't know. That shit just pissed me off. I don't know.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, you don't.
Shit made me sick.
Some people react too very aggressively. Like, and I get like people have bad days and shit, but it's like, damn, bro. Like,
The young man in me wanted,
yeah,
but the part of me that smarter said not. Keep going.
the unhinged.
I thought there was at first I thought there was a problem. Like I thought like I don't know, maybe like she needed help or something. No. I mean,
Yeah, our tolerance to bullshit.
well, it's disrespect. Like, bro, like, why are you disrespect? Like, why are you talking to me like I'm your kid or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a grown ass man. I pay bills. I have my own car.
I
I work. I pay taxes. Like, I'm just as equal as you. If not, I'm actually more. I don't say efficient, but I'm more valued in society than you right now because I'm actually doing shit. You're just out here yelling at me for no reason,
drunk off your ass, lighting
drunk
off
off your ass,
fireworks.
being
Yeah.
irresponsible
Yeah, with kids around.
with kids around.
And then you're giving them a terrible example by running into the streets,
yeah, like
Yeah,
yelling
true.
at people.
What is that showing? What's that saying? You know,
About you as a character.
about you as a you as a character, you as a person. You know, I think you have authority over people, huh? Just
Sick.
because no one
Makes
ever
me
fucking.
sick.
I
No
think
one
some
ever
people
tells
just
you
need to
no.
get popped in the mouth. To be honest,
I think so.
like
I think so.
I think people.
Let's
I think
bring
You
it
just
back.
start
Let's
fighting
bring it
people,
back.
start smoking
I
people.
guarantee you, she got popped in the mouth one time. She wouldn't just go at people like that anymore.
Oh, for sure. No.
Yeah, all it takes is the wrong fucking person.
Yeah. I remind myself of that every day in the car. When someone pisses me off in the car, I remind myself like that motherfucker could have a gun. Don't do nothing stupid. You control yourself because you're not stronger than a bullet.
Yeah,
It will make a hole through you.
yeah.
That's how I feel driving. Like the fuel tankers, I'm like, this guy is lucky that I'm not like
That you're the
insane.
type of person you are, huh?
Yeah, that I'm not insane because I could smoke. Shit. I'm a fuel tank.
I
will
could kill us
I will
all.
Kill us all. I got the power of I got the power of the world in my hand.
I got the power of God and anime on my side.
He said, "I got the flame of hell in my back seat, nigga."
I can bring the flames of hell upon
I'm afraid to
us.
die, brother. I don't give a fuck. Let's send it.
I could make a Kane intro.
That was a good reference. That was a good WWE reference. I like that.
All right. Is there anything in society that you believe should never be tolerated?
Child
Murder.
molestation,
Child
murder,
molestation.
Yeah.
sexual
Sexual
assault,
assault,
anything like
kidnapping,
kidnapping, sex trafficking,
human
human trafficking. Yeah, anything that violates another human's rights.
jaywalking.
Jaywalking.
That's disgusting.
I think victimless crimes, you have to find the line that borders that, because I think breaking into a car and stealing something is technically a victimless crime because you're not hurting someone, but you're still
it's for personal gain.
Yeah,
No, you're hurting someone.
You're directly but indirectly hurting.
No, you're hurting someone.
It is for your personal gain.
The reason why you're hurting someone because let's say you break into someone's car
And you
steal
steal their $6,000.
Let's just say that you don't even steal anything. There's nothing in there. Well, now they got to get their car.
They got to fix their.
They got to fix their car. You know that's gonna hold them back financially.
Shit, nowadays, dude, fucking, they got shit. They just hit a button and it will unlock your door.
Yeah.
They don't need to fucking break windows or anything. They just hit a button on this fucking thing,
and it will
totally open your door. They can drive your car away too.
It'll replicate your
key,
your key fob, like the signal that it sends to the car to unlock it. It can.
So do we just get manual keys now?
Shit,
good. Get a manual car.
Well, like Fords, you can't do that with Fords because they have something called PATS, and it's like registered like directly to that key. So you could try to copy it, but there's some encrypted code that a frequency like reader is not capable of getting. It's weird how it works. But that's why you don't see Fords getting stolen as much as you do like Hellcats, Kias, Chevys.
Hellcat.
But I think any crime that directly, like very directly hurt someone, or it can.
I mean, murder's technically that.
Yeah,
right?
like murder, anything. Whether
but you can justify murder, right?
If it's of passion, I think there needs to be a fine line. If someone sexually assaulted your daughter and you murdered them, okay, fine.
Yeah. For me, it is if the crime is for personal gain, like only personal gain, right? Like the reason you rape somebody is you are fucking horny or some shit.
A horn dog, you're frank.
Yeah, but the reason you kill somebody is because they could have like broken into your house or stolen a bunch of shit, whatever, or they're trying to actively attack you.
But what if the person that they kill is a criminal, but you can't prove that they're a criminal? But that person, no, like I know he's a criminal. I know he sexually assaulted this person. I can't prove it, but I'm gonna kill him anyway.
Hang on.
What?
I gotta reiterate this fucking question. It's just saying, like, what should never be tolerated. Ever. There's no exception.
Oh yeah, the stuff we
vigilantism.
What? I agree. I 100% agree with vigilantism.
I don't think it's safe for not only the person who's being a vigilante, but the people around them.
Yeah, because
you don't want to go into someone's house or shooting off bullets. You know what I'm saying? Because of X reason.
If I was other vigilante,
people that aren't.
If I was a vigilante, right, I'm gonna be a fucking savage, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do? is I'm gonna
See, I'm
kill
gonna
the
be a
bad
savage.
guy, right? And I'm gonna put the evidence of why he's a bad guy right where I killed him.
And what if it was a picture of a different person? You're like,
What if it's two bald
"Oh."
people and one of them's got a different nose?
You're like, fuck, I fucked
Nah,
this up.
I think
Do you off yourself then at that point?
no,
You like the veteran?
no, you just
You're a fucking
I'm the
guy.
vigilante on that.
You're a goddamn Japanese fucking samurai. You fucking, I have this.
I'm disgraced with it. You just fucking off yourself.
oh my god.
I think like the idea of like vigilantism is like people think about it like Batman or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I think that's like the best representation there could be, but you can't
That's not what
in real life you can't do that. Like you can't.
Nope.
I think the best representation is off of Hateful Eight.
Okay.
One of the characters, Quentin Tarantino movie, really good movie, really slow, but it's really worth it. One of the characters, he's playing the executioner, like the hang. This is based in like Western time, so you have the hangman, who hangs criminals. He goes town to town and hangs criminals. This character says in one of the films, or in the film, um, his job is the hangman, right? So justice is supposed to be carried. I'm paraphrasing, but justice is supposed to be carried out dispassionately. Um, the dispassion is the very essence of justice. He's the hangman. It doesn't matter what you did. Like once you convicted, you're getting hanged. He doesn't have no fight in the dog whether you committed the crime or not. He's just doing a
He's just
job.
doing-
Yeah,
So
like
him-
executioner, yeah.
Yeah, so he was saying like the lever that or the hand that pulls the lever that breaks your neck needs to be a dispassionate hand, pretty much.
Yeah, they need to have
Um,
no feeling for it.
Whereas vigilante justice is very thirst quenching.
Yeah.
But is always in it's always in what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't
It's always in risk of being like
Self.
no, not, it's always at risk of being unjust
so
because of the passion, if that makes
Oh.
sense.
somebody has explained this, that if you were to kill all the murderers but yourself, you would not have completed the job until you kill yourself.
Yeah,
Because you yourself are also a murderer.
I agree with that to an extent.
Yeah.
Like you become the monster you're trying to kill. You
Yeah.
know? Like I think you have to. I mean, for me at least, that's what's kind of valuable about that. About that quote I just quoted from Hateful Eight was that like you are better than this thing you're trying to kill. You got to make sure that you don't turn yourself into what you're
Into
trying
one.
to kill
Yep.
by inflicting like the eye for an eye thing. Like I agree with that to a certain extent, but like
Yeah, you live long enough to be a no, yeah, you live long enough to be a hero, or you what the fuck is it? I just
you
reworded
live
I,
long enough to
no,
become
no,
a hero,
no.
or
You either you die,
die
young,
young.
you die young a hero, or you live long enough to watch yourself become the villain.
Yeah, it's like I think the way society treats criminals is kind of a reflect. It's the same thing with like animals. Like the way a society treats their animals is a good reflection on their morals. And like I think it's very similar with criminals too. Like if you treat your criminals like fuck, and I get it too because they're fucking scumbags. But if you treat them like they're less than human, then what does that really say about like your morals and what your values are?
Yeah.
Um, and I get it too because it's like fuck. Like some of the stuff these people do are like fucking wild, and hard to read or hear about. But like you got to put that passion aside and just like look at it for what it is and be like, all right, well, we got to judge the dude and
Yeah.
decide to kill him as a society, or
Someone can very heinous crime.
yeah,
Like most people are like, well, he definitely deserves heinous
Yeah.
back on.
yeah. Like let's
And
torture him. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
and
Yeah.
it's like we want it to be at minimum equal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if not worse. We never
Yeah.
want it to be less,
Mm.
and that's not necessarily great
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you just look
because
the
then you
same as them.
become him.
Yep.
Or them or her, whatever.
Yeah, them. On the contrary, you think that there is a risk if people become too sensitive and start labeling everything as intolerant.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
People will be throwing, like accusations everywhere.
No, yeah, for sure. It's crazy, and it feels like in today's day and age, it's starting to get worse. It's starting to become more prevalent, or maybe it's just that maybe it's always been this way, and it's just now people are starting to speak up more because there's no repercussion of it. I don't know.
That and your voice can be spread more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Right.
I think people like let's just say like original like people like at the start would they made claims like hey XYZ did this to me and they were telling the truth and that really did happen. And then some people seen it as an opportunity like, oh, I think this person did this to me, but it wasn't necessarily that. Or they think I know this guy got in trouble because he actually did to this person. I'm gonna say my ex-boyfriend or this guy
They have
pissed
like
me off.
they have like ulterior motives or
Yeah,
whatever, or
like
they
Yeah.
have
yeah,
or
like
some of them do.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's gonna get thrown in the mix
no
just
matter.
because it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to either get back at someone or get ahead on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a like like this is gonna sound racist to some people, but it's I promise
Got
it's
'em.
not.
Frank talking.
It's not. No, it's not. I promise. So like your family and everything, I call you guys the black, right?
No, you do not call us that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, to everyone else, I call you guys the black.
Not to them directly, guys, by the way.
Who
So
do you
it is
call us the
racist.
blacks to?
The
Yeah.
whites. Only to the white.
Yeah, like Hunter or fucking Jamie. Like that's how I identify you to them, if that makes sense.
You just say the blacks? Are we like the only black people that
No,
people
no,
know?
it's just, they know which people I'm talking about.
Is there any other like phrase you could say, like my good friend Jeremiah?
I mean, I
Like-
also use that
There's
too.
one word.
I also use that. But anyways, Jamie's friend was over,
Oh god.
and I had used that term. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going over to the black, going over to
This
your
nigga
house."
thinks we're in the this nigga thinks we're in the 20s, bro. You can't say that. Frank,
Sure
tell
I
Frank, bro,
can.
he's gonna get out of the old days, bro.
I can 100% use that.
I do not claim to say this myself, personally.
Yeah, but I do. Just
Damn, he's
listen.
standing 10 toes down on it. All right.
You know what? I respect it.
He's digging the hole.
But
We're gonna get Twitter.
no, her friend was like, "You can't say that."
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "How do they feel about that?" And I'm like, "What?"
Jeremiah, how do you feel?
Damn. Why you have to be they? Like,
Well,
Why
well,
am
the
I
thing
there?
is, I'm like, you like literally don't know these people at all, and they would be offended that you're offended for them because she's white, blue hair.
blue hair right woman.
How do you
Feel about what?
her response to him?
By the way, I don't represent all the black community, so
Yeah,
But you personally, because she was like, "How do you think?"
yeah, that's why I
you
was
would feel?
referring specifically to you.
I thought you were talking about just
No, I'm not talking
Like,
about the whole community.
no, not the community, but
He's
like,
not like,
my
"I'm going to
my
the hood
like
to see the
family
blacks."
in general.
Yeah,
Wait, what? How I feel about what?
Like, how do you feel about her defending you? Are you her saying? How do you think that makes you?
yeah.
Like,
Um,
How do you feel? And what do you think about her saying?
I get where she's coming from. Like, I get it. Yeah, like she views it as racist, or she views it a certain type of way, in that she feels like she needs to speak up. Um, like I don't like that's how she feels. Like I don't fucking. I'm not gonna tell her how she needs to feel or whatever. Like what?
Now, how do you feel about Jonas saying the black?
Saying the blacks? Oh, it's
Yeah.
just weird. It's just weird as fucking like I don't know. Do you call like Mexican people the Browns?
No, it is specifically towards your family, like
Just
you,
you.
fucking Javon and Jalen.
Just you.
I don't know. How do you feel about it, Hunter?
I don't say it
Why don't you say
because I say your name.
it?
I say I'm gonna go hang out with Jeremiah, or I'm gonna hang out with.
Do you say it like a
Jeremiah.
meme though? You say it as like a meme, or you say it like
Yeah, I say this to me.
yeah? See, okay, there we go.
Like it's not like he was trying. Like there's no.
I'm not
ill
trying to be
intent.
racist.
yeah. But that's how she took it. Is what
She
I'm
took it
saying.
as an intent.
He took it like he's
God
being
damn,
racist.
I'm gonna go hang out with.
Yeah, go
He
hang out
said
with the
like,
blacks. Go
with the blacks.
give me your money. Give it to the blacks.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's
Yeah, she gets offended for you by other people.
she gets offended for me
On your behalf.
on behalf of other people. Okay, that makes sense.
like she gets offended on your behalf because of other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, I don't know if you ever get offended
For
Jonas
what?
doesn't
for
really
other
get.
like
He doesn't get offended for like any.
like if me and you're in the street and some
You remember we were riding
yeah,
my bike?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
That's
dude.
so fucking funny.
Cowabunga, bro.
What happened?
We used to ride bikes back in the day a couple years ago, and
Guy in a
we're
fucking
going down the
Dodge
street.
Ram.
Yeah, but dude in the truck came by, just fucking yelled it hard R. And I was just like, what the fuck?
Well, I
And
knew
he
that.
tells his mom about it, and his mom's like, you gotta like defend him. You gotta like stand up for him. You know, you gotta. What did she say?
I don't remember. Yeah, you you shouldn't tolerate that, or you should have like defended him or some shit like that. I don't remember.
He was like, what can we do with
If
a
he's
dude
in
just
a-
yells that in a car? Like,
truck.
we're gonna
And
fucking.
on top of that, he's not like physically like beating the shit out of us.
I think.
What if he was beating the shit out of me and called me in there? What'd you do?
Now, what are you talking about? I'm gonna fucking help you. What are you talking about?
See
You want me
that?
to beat you up too? You want me to join him?
Frank would.
I think depending on the situation, your response is always going to be different. I think if someone came up with ill intent and like said that straight up to your face, and then they proceeded to get violent, of course, there's going to be a violent response from.
How do
our end.
the way I view it is if you give them a reaction, that's what they want. They want the reaction. So if you don't acknowledge them at all, they'll either go away or they'll continue until they get a
Taking the
reaction.
bully mentality.
Or they'll be like, I showed that.
I showed that in word.
Yeah.
Who's boss?
I
I don't know. So I mean, some people will get like have like a very like intense reaction to that. For me, I think a lot of my family, depending on the situation, like we just kind of be like, all right, well, like Samuel Jackson said in Django, he said it's just another Tuesday.
Yeah. I think it also depends on the person. Like,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that Jeremiah can defend himself. If
Yeah.
Jeremiah felt like I need to beat this guy's ass, then I don't
Yeah.
doubt that Jeremiah couldn't. But if like someone, let's say like
It's a group of people.
yeah, it was like a group of people, then that's where I'm kind of like, okay, well now I'm involved. Like we gotta handle it.
I'm always involved.
Like if someone said something about my girlfriend, like they said something severely racist, and I know it came from a place of like mean spirit, and
Yeah.
it was meant to hurt her, then that's where I'm like,
I mean, you also got to
What-
think about it too.
what are we
like,
gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, it's also you got to think about it too. It's someone you care about, you genuinely
Yeah.
care about, and someone's like attacking them, whether
Yeah,
it's
bet.
racist, sexist, or whatever. Like, even if you have a kid, and there's like probably like another kid bullying it, like you're gonna be like, "Yo, fuck that kid!" Like, why is he picking on my? You know, it's kind of like that same reaction to it. It's like a defense.
Yeah, I think the level change. Like I think you can feel like if someone was, like I said, being hateful and like purposely trying to hurt someone by insulting them in that way, you can kind of still feel your level of response probably would be different. Like if it was my girlfriend, the chance for violence is definitely increased. If it was someone like just some random person, my level of violence is definitely way lower.
yeah.
I try to avoid violence.
Well, yeah, your first option shouldn't be
Pat,
violence.
what about the dude who broke in your house?
Yeah.
Well, that was an invasion of privacy. That was an invasion of space. That's different.
He said, usually never a response for violence.
Yeah, I try not to because the problem is the first thing I go to, I just need to fuck.
That's the first thing you go to.
That's the first thing.
Get rid of
Eliminate
gotta
them.
because the problem's gone.
I gotta assert my authority.
I think like, yeah, your last option should always be violence. Last option, no matter what. But like,
Which is the first option?
Talking to them.
there should definitely be
Communication.
fucking de-escalation.
Yeah.
The escalation.
Like,
And then if you
what
can't
the fuck
de-escalate,
like what
fucking
is
send
what's-
it, bro.
What are
Send
you
it.
doing? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Like, what
what's
are we doing?
Hey man,
what is this?
you gotta
like, what
calm
you
down.
do? What did my Asian girlfriend do to you?
Yeah, you
Where you felt
specific-
like you need to come over here and say something?
She looked at me.
so
Fuck you.
She was in the store.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. I'm looking at
with
you. What are
that
you gonna do about
skin
it?
color.
Then that's where the violence.
That's where the violence go. Damn, that's
I'm gonna
escalated.
fucking
Jeez.
grab you by your neck. boy. Then that's where my friend comes.
Once your friend comes out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think if it's myself, I don't really give a shit. Also, I'm fat, but I don't really
Mhm.
give a shit. You can call me a honk. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Big old honk.
You big old honky. Get back in your truck, boy. It doesn't matter. But I think if it's someone you care about and you feel like they can't
Like defend
They can't
themselves.
they can't defend themselves or they are scared to defend themselves, I think that's when you can kind of like that justify intervening or
Oh yeah.
saying something.
Yeah. That shit would happen to me like with it happens to me with other people more than myself. Like I'll take the fucking like racism or whatever like on the chin. I doesn't really bother me. But like if they say that's like an instance, right, is I was delivering food with my grandma one day, right? And we're trying to find this address because we Google Maps it and it was like saying it was in a spot that there was no houses.
Hmm.
So we're just trying to look for like the house and some dude walked by and my grandma was like, "Hey, excuse me, sir." Sir, and he just kept walking. He was like pulling a fucking like dolly or some shit like that, or like a little I don't know, like a little cart.
Yeah, doll, like a
You know what I'm saying? Like one of those
dolly.
like yeah, like one of those little
Mhm.
dollies or whatever. And he just kept saying, "Sir, sir," like sir. And he kept walking, ignoring her. And then he got probably like a good like maybe like 20 feet past the car, and then he turned around and was like, "My name's not fucking Sir." And I was like, "What?" I don't know, something like snapped.
Yeah.
Like nigga, did you really just like
Yell.
yell at my grandma, bro? Like you're about to get your ass. Like I was really about to whoop his ass. And my grandma was like, don't like. And then yeah, it was just like split second, man. I was like, fuck that. This dude.
Well, yeah, because his reaction, it wasn't
Yeah, like
valid.
bro, you don't have to be a
He was
fucking
like,
dick.
yeah, you don't have to be an ass. Be like, hey, like you could just literally could have just kept walking. You could have just
Yeah.
ignored it. You didn't have to get further away from it and then address.
And they said my
Because
name's
then you're
not
a
sir.
bitch.
Like nigga, what's your name then? Like you
Yeah.
don't have
Come
it
over
right on
here
your
and tell me your
forehead.
name, you bitch. Like, yeah,
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast, fuck you.
like,
it's
yeah.
on site. No, it's not on site. Fuck that dude. I don't remember what he looked like to be honest. Probably looked like Frank.
Probably
Turn to
like-
the Wild West. Come out with fucking.
We
What I
just
do?
did guns on the hip, by the way. Fucking pull out the
Mhm.
revolver.
What I do?
Fast hands on the way.
Fast hands.
Immediately go.
Arthur
We got
Morgan.
a problem here.
We got a
bro."
problem. Use results of violence. You just pull out your gun.
Sir, that's brandishing weapon. This is real life. I don't give a fuck.
You don't have concealed carry, do you?
No, I do.
You do? You
Mhm.
conceal carry?
Yeah.
You lying.
They're cooler.
You conceal in the cooler.
Yeah.
I'll go cap.
I also have a holster.
So you bring it to work with you?
I do not bring it to work with me.
That just definitely hurt.
It was a whistle. It wasn't a.
He was
whistling.
whistling. He was whistling Dixie.
He was whistling. That's what he was doing.
Oh my. Okay, to change the like direction of this just a little bit. We're going to come back to the society in a second, but to change the pace real quick. How do we set limits on things like spice or sourness? Like you have a spice tolerance or a sour tolerance?
Wait, what?
How do we set limits on things like that? How do we know as a society when to be like, yeah, we should stop making peppers because this is the hottest it can get before it starts like hurting?
Well, they always push. People always try to push the limit. Like, what is the absolute?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So, like we said before, people are always going to push the line that we set, no matter what, whether it's spice, sour, whatever. People are always trying to find that absolute because whatever.
Scientific purpose.
Sure. Uh,
Yeah, how do you set a limit on something like that? How can you as a collective agree that this is the line and nobody's going to cross it after that?
If it's too harmful.
yeah, I think once it causes death
Yeah, for
or
like permanent damage.
severe hurt
The
or
the
damage,
thing is like with Carolina Reaper or Pepper X, if you give it to somebody that's not a pepper person, it'll put them in the hospital.
He'll die.
they'll
That they could
Give
die.
it to a baby. The baby's done for.
They
Their head
could
explodes.
they get brain swelling and explode. I think feel like I don't know
Is it
What I heard.
until the niche people start to die?
No, I think there's
Wait, you said till the niche people start to die?
the people
so
that are
pepper people.
specifically search it out.
So, like,
So when they start to die.
Yeah,
But
so what-
everyone else can die,
So
that's
like
fine.
cavers, like
Cavers.
yeah, like people that go in the caves and they like fucking dive in it like they're getting reborn. Shit. Oh, I'm getting crushed in this. This is so sweet, guys. You know that shit?
No.
You've never seen those videos? Okay, whatever. Like they'll go into like these extremely difficult caves and they'll try to go as deep as they can because they want to be the person who got either the farthest in the cave or they discovered the cave or they discovered this path or this alternate route. What he's trying to say is, do you set the limits when the people that specifically search out the new caves, the most difficult ones, when they die, or do you set the limit when the people
average guy.
the average person, just like, oh, I want to go in the cave because I've seen this guy do it, when they die?
I think the safest bet would be the average person.
Yeah, the safest would be that.
Probably the safest bet, but to each his own, man. If you want to take that risk, go ahead, man. I mean, McDonald's kills us every day, and millions of people still eat it. So
I had a
Word.
McDouble.
I had a McDouble and a chocolate sundae.
He murdered.
Killed it, inhaled it.
This shit is so funny because the next question. The
Ooh,
next question
Obesity.
obesity.
is how detrimental is it to be so tolerant of your own actions or situations that you never try to improve them?
Oh, dude, it can get terrible. Like, best example that everyone could kind of know is my 600-pound.
Oh yeah.
Those
Wait, you were 600 pounds?
no,
No,
my
no,
the show,
the
my
show.
600-pound life.
I don't know.
I was only 328. God damn.
I don't know. I was lost. My bad.
No.
I don't know what that show is.
Show about fat people that try to lose weight. Sometimes they get surgery if they lose weight. Sometimes they don't. But like they're so unaware of what they're doing to themselves and how terrible it will be because they're focused on the short-term gratification of eating a mayonnaise sandwich or whatever the fuck.
That sounds pretty good.
All right. See, like they're just not.
They don't see the long-term effects of smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
You need
Or-
that quick hit.
They need the quick, like, instant gratification. They're not worried about the long term because they're only worried about the now for whatever reason.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not affecting me now.
But once their fucking leg falls off because they're diabetic,
Or if they're just addicted to it too, like they try to quit, but they just get that urge, or
And they
they're
need help.
coping with it. Like it's a coping mechanism. Like
Yeah.
they abused when they're younger, or they
People
had
are
a
like that
traumatic
with,
event.
with licorice and smoking.
Yeah.
Like they want to quit smoking, so they'll eat licorice.
they
Does it work?
need like something to.
It can, but then they get addicted to licorice,
They run out of licorice.
and then yeah,
Liquid.
Liquid.
Um,
That happens when I'm tired. My brain just melts.
you know, yeah, the food addiction part for sure. Real. Me, I would say I was and probably still am.
Abused?
No, I wasn't. Like my relationship with food wasn't healthy,
Oh.
and it still kind of isn't.
oh
Like
my god,
like the best example I have is if something went wrong, or like if I had a bad day, let's solve it with ice cream, or let's solve it
yeah.
with this.
Mhm.
And then also, there wasn't like nobody told me that's enough. Like you don't need 3 corn. You can just have, or you can just have.
Yeah, you just
Four
always have
corn
to be
Jonas
ready.
had 4 corn dogs, but
yeah, but
drowned it in
You have
barbecue sauce.
4 corn
four
dogs?
corn dogs.
They weren't-
Mind you,
Let me get some.
okay, to go against that one guy that commented on our video, I am not like fat. I have a fucking eating disorder technically.
He's the smallest
That you
one here.
eat too much or you eat too less?
It doesn't matter how much I eat, my body will not gain in mass.
He just kind of.
Yeah.
For me, if I ate those 4 corn dogs, I'd be fucking 270.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
When I
No,
was
it'll be
265.
gone. When I wake up tomorrow, it'll be gone. All that.
But like losing weight the first time, because I went from 328 to 250, then I went from 250 to 280. Now I'm back at 265. But like using the food to deal with stress or pain or discomfort
Mhm.
or even boredom, it was just like my brain had something to do, which was like for the boredom part, something to do or it's solving the pain. Like that, people do have that shit, and I think fixing that requires like you need to acknowledge that you do have that issue, and you need to be aware of it, and like to have people that are there to support you through it because doing it yourself, yeah, it's not fucking easy, like at all.
Thanos did it.
Well, yeah, he fucking Thanos did, of course, but like it's the people. Like the thing is, like they don't have the awareness. Like
Yeah.
they're not aware that it's a problem because either it's just themselves that they're exposed to, or they don't have a problem yet.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that like really keyed me on is once I started working at my job in the medical facility, I started seeing people
Obese.
that were either my weight and older, or they were less than my weight and older, and they were having serious health issues because of it. And that
Yeah.
like I told myself, I was like, there was a guy that was absolutely in horrible like condition in the facility. And like I seen that and I was like, and I seen what his last weight was, and I was like, he only weighs this much more than me, and he's this old and he's in this state. Yeah, I don't want that. And like that, like knowing that what my actions are doing now, what they did to someone else,
Uh-huh.
kind of keyed me into the fact that I needed to solve issues.
Yeah. You had the insight or
Yeah.
the self awareness
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
realize you had a problem.
Yeah. That's my best like analogy there.
That makes sense. Yeah. You gotta
I turn it into a competition. Like eating
you try to eat the most, try to eat the less.
the most because I have a problem with eating. Because I'm like I don't really want to eat food like through the whole day, right? So
I
I'll
think
only eat like one meal.
Okay.
But I've gotten a lot better about it. But I used to be like that, or I want to eat for the whole day. I don't know, nothing.
Yeah.
I'd go a day without eating, maybe two.
exactly. Problem. Give me something all hours of it. I could
But now I like make food and I make more than what I think I would need. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking try to like eat this as fast as possible so I can get it all down. I try to make it a competition, so that way I get food in my system.
To relate to you, Hunter, like what you were saying earlier about like you working at the nursing office or whatever or the clinic and you seen like obese people and that made you like realize to change your diet. The way that I do it is like when we like work out or whatever, I feel like kind of what I'd ate like
Mhm.
before. So
Yeah.
I'll feel my body like I'll feel like shit if I work out after eating or eating a few hours before like a shitty meal or something like McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't have the right macros.
Yeah, so like I just feel like
You're getting a
or
lot
when we
more
were biking, like I was eating a bit healthier when we were biking because I would feel it. Like I'd feel it while we were biking, and I was like, yeah, I need to start. Like I was eating more salads, and you know what I'm saying. I was eating
more green.
more greens, protein stuff like just
Yeah.
stuff that I felt my body getting better
Yeah.
while I was exercising. So that made me kind of change my diet, or at least be more conscious of it. Not just eating ice cream all the time. I mean, I ate little like candy bars here and there,
Yeah.
but
It's
I
okay.
think there's like a good stretch where I just stopped eating candy completely. I was like, bro, no, like this doesn't make me feel good.
It's good to scratch the itch every once in a while, like the one ice cream every once in a while,
I had one yesterday.
or find like a good way to
Anyone
scratch the
today?
itch that
I had one
kind
yesterday too.
of like something that satisfies that craving or that want, but in the best way possible. Like something I do is frozen blueberries. Like I'll get a
Mm,
big ass bag of frozen blueberries from like Costco, and they kind of satisfy that need for like sweet. Also, one thing you can do, I don't really recommend anyone else doing it, is like diet sodas. They're not great for you, and you shouldn't really drink them
yeah,
anyways.
aspartame.
Why?
The artificial sugars, there's like people say there's studies of them giving you cancer. That's not entirely true. Like alcohol is definitely worse for you than the diet sodas.
Then
For
aspartame.
cancer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also things that they can do like GI distress and inflammation and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend people do that. But like,
So I
if
should drink regular soda.
no, you shouldn't drink soda in general.
Yeah.
Anything like that in general. But like, if you needed something sweet, you can have one. I've also found that it helps me with like craving. Like if I'm like hungry at like the end of the night, like I'll have like a diet. I have diet caffeine free Coke. Like I drink that.
Diet caffeine free.
Yeah, because I'm trying to fuck. But like,
Man, I love
that will
caffeine
sometimes help me
pre-show.
with my cravings at night. So like, having to be able to be like to know what you can do to substitute your craving or find stuff that you enjoy that is better for you. Like, I love fucking burgers.
You love fucking burgers?
I love putting my meat in burgers, you know? But, what I've what I've done is I'll use keto bread. So, like, a regular burger bun
Yuck.
no, the ones I get are, like, not too bad. A regular burger bun's, like, 200 calories. These keto buns are, like, 50. So that's 150 calories you save right there, and if you get, like, 93.7 ground beef, so it's less fat, the macros are way better for calories and protein compared to fat. So you can do
Yeah.
that, and then getting, like also, don't do this, craft, like, singles, getting those, that kinda gets you a little that's, like, if you're kinda being generous to yourself, and then also using things like light mayo or, like, sauces that are low in calories, like mustard and shit.
Yeah.
I'd be back to like 109 pounds if I did a low calorie diet.
Well, yeah, you don't need to, but people that have the problem with overeating, finding ways to get meals that are, 1, low calories and always being honest with your calories, counting them is always gonna help.
I heard also like my grandpa was showing this thing on Facebook, this dude from the South who used to eat like pretty much eat the food that we
Mm.
deep fried everything. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
yeah.
Like just southern food.
Mm.
That's just really not healthy for you. But he was saying he pretty much replaced a lot of his like ingredients, like the oils he cooked with, the chicken he got, like all the stuff he would replace it with like natural stuff. So like for instance, instead of getting like, I don't know, the fucking unhealthy like grease like frying oil,
Mhm.
he replaced it with like I think either like olive oil or something like that, or something
Like
that doesn't have
vegetable
like
oil?
huh?
Like a vegetable oil or
Yeah,
something?
something
Like
like I don't know if it was
avocado
yeah,
or
I might have been olive oil he switched it with. I can't remember, but
Mm.
he used like he would pick up a rice, like, yeah, I used to get this rice and look at all these ingredients and it would have like B12, I'm gonna start making up names, orgyrithithol or some shit
just a
like
bunch
it.
of random
Yeah, just
shit.
random chemicals and stuff like that. And he was like, I stopped eating this, I started getting this rice, and it was like the only ingredient was like rice,
Yeah.
like rice and water, or something like that.
Yeah, grain.
And he was like, I just did this with a lot of the groceries I'd buy, and I started just losing weight.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't intaking all this stuff. My inflammation was going down. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that works,
Like
but
red 40.
Red 40.
Knowing what you're putting in your body is very important. And I will say there is a major caveat to this. Life makes doing that very hard. Like
Uh-huh.
if you have, let's just say you have a job, you have bills, you have everything like that. You're just a regular functioning adult.
Yeah.
It's still hard in general. You're working like a full work week. Let's say you have to feed like a wife or a girlfriend or you have kids. Balancing all that while trying to manage all that diet shit, it takes a lot of effort
And money, right? Isn't like
and
super
money.
expensive?
You
It
can
can
find
be.
it can be if you're not like smart about it or if you're not trying to find the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Gatorade protein bars.
so
Fucking love those things.
yeah, having having to manage everything all at once, like having a bunch of other responsibilities on top, always make that harder. So the first thing you put on the back burner, so like people always. So that's kind of how most people either like they'll start a diet and it goes off the rails in like a month or two.
Yeah. The New Year's resolution.
Yeah, it's
True.
because life life is life. So
Yeah, and you know that food will give you a gratification when your life's down.
and it's easier to just say, fuck it. I
We
need this.
ball.
I need it. Yeah, fuck it. We ball. I need something fast, quick, so I can do X, Y, and Z. Or I'm so fucking tired. I can't be asked to make a fucking egg.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How do games or sports deal with intolerance, i.e., like cheating shit?
ooh, down, yeah,
Penalties.
penalty,
Yeah.
fine,
Get banned. Fine.
ban,
Yeah, banned.
banned from the USA.
They get blackballed.
They get terror.
They get terror.
Can they go
They get
too
deported.
far though? Setting rules and shit.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Call of Duty right now, right? Yeah, they be banning fucking people left and right. Innocent people.
you
14 days. Yep.
14 days. You got banned Somebody was
Nothing.
literally
Gulping on the
gulping,
mic,
gulping the mic. I said,
and
"Hey,
I
man,
commented like, "Hey,
why are you gulping up on
why
that
are you
mic?"
gulping up on the mic?"
Definitely not how he said it, but like,
It
banned for
was
14 days.
relative.
It was very relative
Yeah,
because it
well,
sounded like it.
'cause they didn't even listen to the guy's recording.
Oh, banned him.
He was banned from voice chat.
And Jager said the same thing.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
the
he
white
did.
man said the same thing, and he didn't get
didn't get banned. I was like, damn, that's crazy. The dude should get banned for making that noise. That shit was offensive.
True.
He was being intolerable.
He's been intolerable, bro. I don't like that.
You're trying to learn a skill. What could happen if you become tolerant to making mistakes?
You make too many mistakes.
Yeah,
Like you're tolerant to making mistakes. Like you're okay with it.
like if you're welding something.
Yeah,
You're just like,
sure.
oh,
Like say
fuck
you're
it.
trying to learn how to weld.
You're like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. I'm moving on
I
anyway.
fucked up this line. Fine, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I can create sloppy work that or sloppy standards that can lead to problems long. Like if you are welding a cage for a race car and crash because you're sloppy, you die because the bar didn't protect him like it should have.
Yeah, I actually came down and smacked.
It smacked him in the head, right through
Dude,
the helmet.
fuck.
Yeah, you die.
You would die.
We said the submersible when it fucking imploded that it happened faster than their bodies can even like.
Faster than your eyes can recognize.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
literally like an instant.
Yeah, that was very.
Did they die before that though?
Probably.
Like they died when the pressure changed. Once the
They-
pressure changed, like the implosion itself, just the air probably
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
them.
Their
I'm
lungs
talking,
probably
no, I'm talking
collapsed
about
on
before
themselves.
that. Like while they were falling, did they get like a fucking aneurysm or some shit? Like did a blood vessel
It
pop?
depends on how the inside pressure was set.
Yeah.
So if it was regulated to be adjusted for up like above water air, then probably not. But if it was not regulated and it stayed with the water pressure, then yeah, they could have.
I don't know.
It's like diving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you dive, you can't just immediately drop all the way down. Your lungs will either explode or collapse on themselves, depending on which direction you're going.
Those guys.
Yeah.
They weren't following regulation. Anybody that was trying to speak out against them, they were firing. They were told many times that their carbon fiber hull was not smart, and they knew about the cracks that were in them.
I still respect the fact that they did. They said, "Fuck, we stand on business."
Yeah, let's just bring a really rich guy and his kid.
Yeah.
Boom. God.
How old was the kid?
I think he was like. I think he was.
I don't
I
know.
want to say he was 15, but he probably wasn't. He was probably
But he was young.
young enough. Like he couldn't have been older than us.
Why did he take his kid out?
I wanted to see the fucking Titanic. What are you talking about? I wanted to see fucking Jack and Rose down there at the bottom.
Still being lifted up.
There was room on the door.
He could have escaped all along. Damn, that's for Peru.
Is it possible to be so tolerant of something like your own fears that you will never be able to overcome them?
I feel like we're phrasing some of these questions wrong.
Like you're so okay with not trying tomatoes because you know, like one time in the past,
Yeah.
they were bad, and
you
you'll never
play
try
it
it
safe
again.
too much.
And
Yeah.
then I'll never be able to overcome it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you had one spicy slice of pizza. You'd never want to try cheese
Yeah, we're spicy stuff.
or a spicy.
Or you had one bad interaction with the black person. Now you're racist.
Exactly.
That guy Jonas. Look at him.
Jonas in the dress.
Oh my god.
I didn't think all black people act like that.
Jonas team. 1X.
Oh my god. All right.
He's got to compose himself.
Yeah, Frank told him a funny ass joke just now.
he
He's
thought
fucking
about
laughing.
a video he's seen on X.
X is
What do you think about
Pornhub?
Jonas over there? George Floyd?
Jeez. Jeez.
He's thinking about something terrible. Why is he laughing so?
He's a menace. Franklin's giving all types
He
of
said
ideas.
it was the Fent. It was the Fent that got him. It was not the Fent, Jonas. That's not true.
He said the motherfucker deserved it.
Alright. Can being too tolerant of misinformation hinder the understanding of true fact?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to? How do you want me to phrase these? Like, what do you not understand?
I understand it. It's just like I don't know.
It
The
feels
question,
rhetorical.
huh?
Does it feel rhetorical?
Yeah, like it feels like it's just like I don't know how to explain it. You explain it, Hunter.
Like you think like the answer should always like everybody would say yeah. Like
There's like
like
no conversation with the question necessarily, in the sense of like
you don't think there's anybody arguing it.
yeah, like you're like what was that last question we just asked?
The one before that?
No, the one you just asked.
Can being too tolerant of misinformation hinder the understanding of true facts?
So the obvious answer is yes. Like
Yeah, right. But that's obvious to us. There are some people that would not agree.
not agree that if you are tolerant, also think you might be using. I think it's also confused, not necessarily confusing, but like you might be able to simplify that question with saying instead of tolerance, saying what was the question?
Accepting.
Yeah, what was,
Yeah,
You're
you're
being
okay with
too accepting of
yeah,
misinformation
yeah.
that what's the last part?
it hinders your understanding of true facts
Yeah.
or true
So
information.
you're so deeply accepting of the misinformation you're giving that you don't understand that it's misinformation. That you'll just ignore the things that are really true happening
Yeah, yeah. You don't care that the information's wrong.
because it goes
Is
with what
that
you
fuck
think.
it? Who
Because
cares?
those think, yeah. So like I feel like a lot of people would say yeah. But then I guess I see your point too, because people that see Fox News or CNN or whatever that are being told whatever they're being told,
Information. Yeah, they only go.
they
Through.
only believe it. But I
From
guess
that.
that's kind of proving the point though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if they're told something else that's actually the truth, they'll be like, no, that's not true. That's not what
That's not what.
CNN said. That's what Anderson Cooper told. That's not what Donald Trump told.
Okay, maybe this question can give more conversation. What do you think would happen if you never set boundaries with people?
There you
Well,
go.
they're always going to violate what you feel are your boundaries that you can. Like,
They're gonna press you.
yeah, they're always going to pressure you. So, like, if you do, like, you continue to do a favor for somebody, and then one day you say, no, I can't.
Oh, yeah,
They're going to be like, what?
I'm like,
They're like, why, bro? Like you pussy.
Yeah.
They're gonna get upset.
Yeah. I had that happen.
that's my problem.
Wait, someone kept
I was
using you.
just helping out a motherfucker all the time with stupid shit, and I said no one day, and she was like, "Huh? You never say no." I'm
You
like,
never
I
say
said,
no.
"Yeah, I'm saying no." And then I realized I need to say more. No.
Yeah, because people will use you if you don't set boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
I have a really hard time saying. Jamie will ask me to do something, I'll just say okay.
Give me some head.
She said, "Checkmate."
Checkmate, nigga.
Fucking crazy.
Got him.
He's
Got
like-
him. He's
he's trying to say
frozen.
no
He's
to a nigga, but I can't say
frozen.
no.
Frank's in his head. You can't say no, you pussy.
He said,
You can't say no, pussy.
That's to a man.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Not gay. You're a pussy.
Yeah, see, it's not gay. You're just supposed to. See? I manipulated you. Wait, what were we talking about? We said something about something. I completely forgot the fucking last question was.
What do you think will happen if you never set boundaries?
Yeah, people are they're habitual line steppers, what I call them. They stay stepping over the line, bro.
Oh
They'll
god.
use you and abuse you.
They will use you
They're like, damn.
because they don't give a fuck.
It's that, but it's also they take a lot of stuff that's consistent for granted. So, like, for instance, a lot of people take the sun rising every day as for granted. If it stopped going up, we'd all die. And it'd be like, fuck. You know,
Well, yeah. We'd freeze over.
they take their car for granted. You know,
You
they
know
don't
what I
know.
find crazy? The people that like take advantage of people that don't set boundaries are usually the people that get upset if you like try to ask them.
Yeah, because they like to take and not give.
Yeah, they got
Because they're
no
so
give to them.
because they're used to life always giving them stuff when they ask. I think some of it's a survival mechanism where they've learned that they can get what they want by simply asking. And if they ask the right person, they'll keep giving them what they want. And as long as that relationship is set like that, they'll just keep using it until the person loses it. It's like, fuck no, I ain't doing shit anymore. Where's all this hate come from, Jim?
Where's
like
this hate stemming from?
What
What have I done to you?
Yeah, what has the news done?
What has CNN done?
You used to clean my backyard for free. Now you want money?
Money? Are the tariffs really getting you that bad?
You're really getting fucked that hard?
Okay, I'm gonna rephrase some of these for you and I guess the audience. Have you ever been too okay with a bad habit, thinking it wasn't that big of a deal, only to find it harder to correct later on?
I'm pointing at
Your weight?
my weight.
Yeah, it's harder for him to lose weight.
It's hard to fix. I've hit 250 a few times. Like I've gone up and down 250. Breaking 250 is the hardest because I'll hit 250 and I'll be like, oh yeah.
You just do a lot of
No.
cardio.
You could do that if you want to hate.
Yeah.
If you want to hate yourself, go ahead. I support you in hating. But
What's wrong with cardio? I fucking love cardio.
some people,
They're not built for
you got to find a way to do it that you like. Some people like the recumbent bike. Some people like walk. Some people like the stairmaster. For
fucking
me,
stare.
the stairmaster, he wants to fucking cheat.
I think I climbed the Eiffel Tower one day or walked the Eiffel Tower in middle school.
With this, yeah.
They're like, no, actually, I don't think I did. I lied. I don't think I did. But I remember our coach was like, yeah, we're going to walk the Eiffel Tower today. Like, what? Like, X amount of steps. Like,
I think, yeah, for like people texting and driving,
Oh yeah.
they're like, it's not that bad. I'm only like slightly looking at it, and then if they need to, they can't even fucking correct. They can't even correct themselves. Being up front. They're too invested into it. You?
yeah, I recently got like Bixby on my phone. That shit is ass. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm trying to do like no hands while I'm driving.
You don't like him?
No,
Which you have the like AI enhanced version of him, or just the
I don't know. I just downloaded like a few days ago.
mine? He's fucking shit.
I have to be
Hey,
like, "Hi, Bixby," and then he'll fucking come on, and I'm like, "Read this." Like, read the like. I can ask him like read text or whatever, but then like when I try to like have him do a text, he fucks up. I'm like, bro, I might as well just type it. Like,
oh weird. Yeah, nah.
but I don't know. It also says like I could do something to have him learn my voice. So,
Yeah, do
and I'm trying
have
not
him
to say like,
record your voicemail?
and I want him to be like, I don't want him to reply to hi Bixby. It's just dumb.
Yeah, I have mine changed to just his name. All I do is say, I don't want to do it now because it's gonna set it off.
Well, see, how do you do that? Because I like was that. Hey, how can I help you? Like, hey, like, how do I can I like change your on command or whatever? I don't know what you mean. Like, bro, you know what I mean.
It's somewhere in the settings. It probably should.
It's just stupid. I'm just like, bro, this dude's that. I mean, like, I'm like, play music or whatever. I need access to your Spotify. I'm like, okay, play Apple Music, and then he'll say I need access to your Spotify. But then if I say open Apple Music, he'll open Apple Music. Like, I don't know, it's fucking retarded.
It's so weird. Yeah. Yeah. No, I could tell mine to open up fucking YouTube and shit.
I've done that, like open YouTube
I can have it do
search, but
fucking
I
whatever the
can't.
fuck I want.
Can you have it like play a video on YouTube like that you
Yeah.
want specifically? Play the second video. Can you have it open a Discord like
I've never tried that, but I'm sure I could.
not like open Discord, but like reply on Discord?
If if I used it enough, I probably could.
Yeah,
Dude, my man's smart as fuck. I
my
don't know
nigga's
what the
dumb.
fuck.
My nigga's dumb. Let's see. I don't think I can do it right now. Hi Bixby. Bro, my shit. He's on. There we go.
Yeah, he's listening.
Open Discord. Hi Bixby. Open Discord. I just use this. Okay. Well, hi Bixby. Message Jalen on Discord.
There's 2 contacts like that.
Weird.
It's awesome. Chats.
What's my name?
I found contact like that. It's awesome.
Just repeat.
Chats.
See, not doing it. Hi, Bixby. Hi, Bixby.
That's crazy.
What? What's my name? See this? Now I'm turned off.
Oh yeah, dude. It doesn't like you at fucking all.
Hi, Bixby. I'm gonna try one time. What's my name? What's my name?
Your name is Ask.
Got him.
It's trash.
That's
But like doing that every time I'm driving, like hi Bixby, like hi, like
yeah, mine is not like that.
like bro, you need to like fix your shit, bro. This shit's ass.
Yeah, you can make it custom, or you should be able to. You'd be able to customize it.
How do you customize yours? Like how do you have it work?
There's a. I just say his name, and then tell him what to do.
Like what do you have them do usually? Like
I don't know. Reply back to somebody or call somebody.
do you like watch movies, listen to music
YouTube.
through Bixby or no?
No, and it's mainly because I was already there. Like I said it before I started driving.
Yeah, see. Useless.
Damn, I just got hard. My bad.
Useless.
Do you think being too okay with how do I fucking too okay with distractions can prevent you from achieving a goal?
Yeah.
Say that.
Do you think I have it written with tolerant, but I'm trying to not do this.
Don't use the definition in the don't use the word in its own definition.
Like, do you think being too okay with distractions can prevent you from achieving a goal? How so?
Uh, if you're NFL football player, pussy, you ain't gonna get there.
Yeah,
Pussy,
you won't
and
make
you gonna have a kid and
you,
child
and you
support.
have a kid, and you have
And you're
child
gonna be in
support.
the
And now you
NFL?
gotta work at waste management.
What's the basketball players dude who just had a kid or got a girl pregnant?
Was it Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, he just like, can I just pay all of it right now? They're like,
He was a savage, bro.
sure, I'll fucking pay it right now.
Then you
Which
say
is so smart because that saves him from being able to her being able to come back in later, being like, oh, he's got a bigger contract now. We should pay me.
true.
Rude.
Is that the dude who wanted her to get an abortion though? And she said no.
Which,
I want the bag.
that's
Rude.
their choice, and that's his fault.
I want the big ad. I want the bag.
Son's gonna be, I think it's a boy, but his daddy ain't gonna be there.
Do you think there should be a limit to how much child support someone pays? Do you think it should be based off your income, like a percentage, or do you think it should be like a certain like you can't go past this threshold? Like you don't need like $250,000 a year to raise a kid.
It should be, I think it should be a mix of both.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say both.
I think it needs to be relative, and then the person that gets the child support needs to be able to prove that it's going to the child, and not just their purses
Then-
or
I
their
need-
cars or their
I need a
whatever.
Bentley to take the
Yeah.
kid to school
Or
How
if
does that benefit the kid though?
because I could take him to school.
But you can do it in a Ford Transit van too.
But he wants a Bentley
How do you know he wants a
because
Bentley?
he's told me
He's
written
7.
it out. He signed it multiple
his name's
times.
Ben-
He's
his
so-
name's
His-
Bentley.
His name was Bentley.
That's crazy.
His school clothes are expensive. He needs the top of the line shit. He needs to go to the best schools, private schools only.
Yeah, homeschool.
Is a homeschool technically private?
Yeah, maybe.
Can I enroll in that homeschool?
Yeah. Enroll in my homeschool. My homeschool.
Frank's home.
Brings homeschool.
Can being too open-minded make it hard to make or set your own set of rules or beliefs? And how?
I could see that, yeah. You being too open minded that you're kind of pulled in every direction.
Yeah, you don't know how to like
You can't
create
really
your own
like
fucking beliefs because you're
yeah.
like, well, I see point of views from everywhere. How the hell do I make my own from those?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, some of them are contradictory to each other. Contradictory.
I'm kind of trying to 50-50. I think you can be open minded, but I feel like
Yeah, this is
you-
being too open.
yeah, but like I think even for the most open minded people, they have lines. Like, there's
Yeah.
lines in the sands for everybody.
Yeah, if
Everybody
you
has
kill-
a line.
Yeah, if you kill their parents, they're gonna be salty, like
Yeah,
regardless on
I
how you,
think
unless they just don't care about the
You
parents.
can't.
It's like that. I'm going to this fucking example. 'Cause it's gonna be easy to understand. It's like I I was about to say synthesize, and I know that's wrong. Is it
Synchronize.
Sympathize?
Yeah, with a rape victim, but I also sympathize with the rapist, right? Like,
Okay.
it's that
Okay.
open-minded.
Okay.
I personally haven't studied that.
Me neither, but in that case, where the fuck would somebody be able to draw the line? Like, they wouldn't be able to formulate where to draw the line because they see point of views from both perspectives.
Okay, well,
Evidence, facts. I don't know.
if, like,
No, I don't know. Like, well,
Yeah,
because I
because
was
we don't
thinking.
fucking think like that.
I mean, I try to be as moral as possible, but also is, like, that's kind of part of my job is being
Yeah.
moral. You have to be, like, moral.
You said part of your job is being immoral.
Being moral.
Did you say immoral at all in your
No.
last? Oh, I heard immoral somewhere in there. I was like, wait,
No,
what?
no, like, you have to be, like, very moral forward. You're taking care of 'em. And if you, like, don't have a boundary and you can't, like, speak up for your boundary, then you're gonna get walked over,
Yeah, you're in the wrong
You-
department.
or you're definitely not fit, because if, if a patient steps out of line and touches an employee,
Mhm.
which no patients are supposed to touch, no
Mhm.
matter,
Consensual or
Con-
not?
like, there's not supposed to be that kind of contact at all.
A simple touch, like a poke. Boop.
Yep.
There's things
Violation.
no, not like that. Like, if you're like, "Oh, that was a good laugh, pats back, that's fine." But if it's like,
We start kissing. Shit.
yeah, like, if they're, like, touching you and making you comfortable, like,
Start grabbing the inside of your thigh.
yeah, like,
Mhm. Making you tickle.
or like you're taking their blood pressure and they, like, grab your arm or they rest their hand on your leg.
Has that happened to you before?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
I had
that-
many
that-
I've had many old women, like, they'll grab up my upper arm or they'll rest their hand, like, here on my thigh.
The nurse I
And
usually get fucking
that's her, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
That's or what?
her arm like up here,
yeah, like,
like holds it.
yeah, like, that's, like, I try me personally, because 'cause I'm morally, like, I know people with me, they can be intimidated by my
Size.
presence and my size. So I try to limit as much physical contact as possible, so I try not to touch anybody. Some people are more okay with, like, having more contact. I personally don't wanna get any, like, disease that you don't know you have or anything like
Shit, I'll
that.
be naked.
So I try to limit how much I touch people or how much
Mhm.
they touch me. Um, so with me, it's as minimal contact as necessary. So, like, if a patient who has, let's just say, Parkinson's and is shaking, usually I don't grab the arm. Like, I don't wrap more than just, like, my thumb to hold down the stethoscope and then my, middle finger, my longest finger to just anchor. I never usually do more than that if I can. Like, if I have to, like, if I have to do more to kinda grab that base, that's kind of, like, only that, but if there's any more contact, kinda like,
Do you say
Yeah.
anything or you just take it?
it depends.
Have you said anything before?
Oh, yeah.
What have you said?
I said, "Let's not do that." I said, "Let's not do that."
What? Did you try to grab your crotch or something, or he tried to grab your crotch? That's a yes.
It was close. It was close.
Was it like
a-
intentional, or was
it
it like incidental contact?
He
Like
didn't
you
move
guys
his
both
hand.
went up for the ball and
He didn't
you
move
just
his
so
hand.
happened to trip.
He didn't move his hand.
Oh, it was a dude.
It was a man. He didn't move his hand. I said, "All right." I said, "Hey, let's not do that. Let me grab your arm here and I'll hold it here." So what I did was I put his arm on top of mine. So because his arm was on my leg and he was like kinda like obviously with left hand.
Why?
I
He
don't
just
know.
put it there, like it's
That's
just
just why he just put it right there. I said, "Oh, we're not gonna do it." And he was like kind of laughed, like thought it was funny. I didn't obviously get your fucking hands off.
you get off me, old man.
Yeah, he's like in his 50s. Nasty bastard.
I'm such a fucking bad influence. I'd be like, you won't. I'm like, bet you won't. I'm a fucking terrible person.
No.
That nigga would have been grabbing your dick, nigga, right there.
Oh, yeah, you like that, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The old women usually I'm just like, yeah, fine. I could
Oh,
one.
but if it's a man, it's different.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
sexist piece of shit.
yeah, it is.
He's
Yeah,
gay.
it is because I can one punch kill this old grandma. A
One
man,
punch, you killed the old
because
dude.
I think what that guy was trying to do was like a power thing.
Oh, he tried to
yeah,
dominate
control.
you.
And he wasn't like a big guy. He was like maybe 5'6". And I think what he was doing was trying to be like your little
Oh
bitch.
yeah, small.
You're a little bitch.
Small man.
Is what he was trying to do.
You
And
grab
I was-
his dick.
yeah.
How is that?
Give him a dick push.
How's that submissive though? I'd be like, bro, that's dominance. If you grab my dick, like I'm dominating you, nigga. Like,
it's all like just
he was
your
like, I'm gonna give this
mindset.
dude head just to show dominance. like what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking me in the ass because I'm dominant one.
There's a bunch of like middle-aged men that'll do that with me. Like they'll do the puff out your chest, make yourself like look bigger.
Because you're
because
bigger
I'm a big dude.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
You make them insecure.
Yeah, and they're nervous. Like, oh, I take your height. Oh, 5'5", and like that doesn't make them feel good because
You say it like that. Oh, you're 5'5".
I said, no, I'm usually like,
Tone and everything.
I'm like, put your back against the bar.
Put your back.
No, so then I'm like, all right, Avi, step out. I'm like, okay, 5'5", and I'll write it down. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be in this.
You just controlling that nigga, bro.
I'm like, yeah. It is. It really is
dominating that boy.
Maybe that's why they try
Making
to
that nigga feel insecure. He's probably telling his wife, I don't think I can love you anymore. I just got bullied.
Yeah, no.
Check my blood pressure, fucking grip my arm, bro.
Usually it's pretty funny when they do that. Like one dude tried to like stand up the whole time.
He's like, I ain't sitting. I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, he's trying to like, because usually I say, I'll have you take a seat on the bench. Like, it makes my job easier if you're on the phone.
Yeah, bitch. Get on that bench. The fuck?
And plus, I know where you're at. Because once you're in this room and you're back in these hallways, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for you.
Sit down and time out, nigga. Until I need to talk to you.
I'm responsible for the motherfucker that's in that room.
Yeah.
So whatever happens with them, people are like, it's me. I'm on. So yeah,
you gotta keep that nigga on a tight leash.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta let him know.
So yeah, that's a lot of middle-aged men will try to do that shit, where they just do the puff your chest out.
Do you like size them up too? You just like, nigga?
No. Well, one guy, the one guy that was standing though, that tried to stand the whole time, I did that. I stood up next to him and I put the blood pressure cuff around his arm and I just stood pretty close to him. And I just stood over him as I took his blood pressure.
Like, yeah, nigga,
Hunter did his trap flex.
Trap flex? You're like, yeah, nigga, you ain't shit to me, big dog.
Like that, and I just kind of
trapped.
I just pumped it up and I just took it. I wasn't like, I was being a little bitch.
Yeah,
I was being an asshole.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, your heart rate's up, nigga. I see it.
It was.
Why are you so nervous?
Boom, 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 boom.
You ever been in prison before, bitch?
I like
hold my pocket.
That shit will happen. I'm like when I was first starting, I like that shit would like bother me, but now I'm like, but I'm doing my job.
Yeah, you're making people feel insecure. Own it. Fuck those niggas. You're not doing it. They just look at you like, man, I wish I could be him. Oh,
I don't think they.
He's so
maybe.
He's a mountain.
He's the mountain.
I'm gonna size him up. I'm not gonna sit down on this chair.
I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna knock him clean out. In his home country.
His own country. What is this fucking?
I'm gonna disrespect him in front of his own people.
Same, dude. All right, for our final question, this is for us. If our community grows, where and how do we set the line for? I put intolerant people, but like bad people, like people that
are being rude.
Yeah, people that are not okay, not welcomed in.
Michael
Myers.
No,
who's Michael?
That one guy.
That one guy in the comments. You don't remember that shit?
Oh, fuck that nigga.
Exactly.
I forgot he was forgettable. I forgot about that. Don't be honest.
I don't know, just knowing your own personal boundaries. Like me, I don't like being touched personally.
So as a society, we should not have any touch.
No, I think it's all
our
personal.
Community
like,
grows and somebody comes up to you,
whatever
they come and hug you.
They hug you.
No, they're gonna do that to you, dude. You're gonna be at work or some shit. They're just gonna come up to you. Oh my god, I love your podcast,
I love
dude.
your
They just come and
podcast.
hug you.
Me. Stiff arm. Hit him with the
Stiff arm
Heisman.
him.
Like, yeah. Yeah, nah.
They'd be like, "Do we have a parasocial relationship? Is that why you're hugging me? Like, what the
Like,
fuck
Yeah.
going
who are
on, dude?"
you?
Whatever you're feeling towards Jonas, he feels the exact same way about you.
Touch him, grab his cock.
Touch him, grab him, take pictures
Grab his
of him while
cock, rub his balls, rub his Frank.
He's pulling his cock
Pull his cock out.
out. Crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, they just agree. Oh yeah, you can just abuse him.
Yeah, just beat him.
He's not a human.
Kick him in the shins. Fine.
He's the alien that you think he is.
Don't worry, he doesn't feel it.
He doesn't feel it.
Yeah. I think if we find you unfit for our community, we're just gonna axe you. We're just gonna execute you.
Put an X on our head and have him wander in the wilderness.
We're gonna find you. We're gonna axe.
We're gonna find you, and we will kill you. But what if that turns on you though? Like, what if your own society turns on you? They're like, you know what?
Julius Caesar.
You're too intolerant for us.
No, yeah, I'm too crazy.
Awful.
Like,
What if they just all kill
Julius
themselves?
Yeah, I was gonna say Caesar.
That man.
Damn, my own friends kill him.
Yeah, prison shank. That's crazy.
What's the advice for today?
Don't smoke.
Don't fun.
Yeah, don't.
Intolerant.
Be
Accept
Yeah.
other people, no matter how different they are.
Unless they're rape.
Yeah, get rid of
Plus-
those guys. Yeah, smoke those guys.
Don't actually do that.
Jeez.
That's a crime. Don't do that. That's not advice. That's
Don't do
sarcasm.
nothing. Don't do nothing illegal.
Jesus Christ.
All right. See you guys later.
Later.
Deuce.